You're commuting home with Katz and Cosby. Now, here's John Katzimatidis and Rita Cosby on 77 WABC.
Let's go to Steve Moore, of course, the host of More Money on WABC Radio, a great economist. You know, Steve, we are hearing from like the Kamala Harris team that when she gets in on day one, she's going to work on the inflation. And you keep going, well, she's been there the last 3.5 years. And it was such a stark contrast today. You could even hear from J.D. Vance and President Trump talking about, look, we say drill, baby, drill. They want to kill fossil fuels. It seems like two totally different worlds.
Sure does. By the way, I want to give you guys a little report. I was in Chicago yesterday for some business. I wasn't there for the Democratic National Committee, but I was in downtown Chicago by the Miracle Mile that everybody knows about. And I got to tell you, there must have been, I'm not exaggerating, there must have been 20,000 police out there. It was the most amazing lockdown I've ever seen. There were 12 squad cars at every street corner. These guys really, they created a kind of Potemkin village for 5 days. I guarantee you, as soon as the Democrats leave and the cameras leave, it'll be back to the crime capital of the world. But they're not going to allow these protesters to disrupt their show out there.
But you know what's interesting, Steve? They don't mind a wall, and they don't mind lots of police when it's protecting them. What about putting that on the border? Come on.
Yeah, I know. That's right. We could use those people at the border, couldn't we? Anyway, listen, this is really going to come down to, do you want a president who's pro-business, or do you want a president who's anti-business? And do you want a president who's going to, support American businesses and jobs, or someone who's going to be willing to, send them overseas? And look, Trump is a pro-business guy because he was a businessman. You have Kamala Harris. You've got Tim Walz. You've got most of the Democratic leaders, and including Joe Biden, who know nothing about business, know nothing about making a profit, know nothing about how to meet a payroll, and they're going to take over the economy. And you put it very well, Rita. When you said, wait a minute, we've had a 21% increase in prices, and for a lot of things, more like 25 and 30% over the last 3.5 years. And what kind of a moron would say, oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put Kamala Harris in because she's going to solve the problem. In fact, there's a good piece by my friend Casey Mulligan at the University of Chicago who found that just the two bills that she was the tie-breaking vote on, the infrastructure bill and the Build Back Better bill, those bills alone added 6 or 7 percentage points to the inflation rate. So it's like hiring the arsonist to put out the fire.
Yeah, you can't make it up. And
look, she also, is on a procedural thing that was important. She cast the key vote with respect to the American Recovery Act. That's $1.9 trillion right at the wrong time as the economy was taking off, and also for the IRA. So come on.
Yeah. She was the tie-breaking vote. You're exactly right. She was the tie-breaking vote for both of those. There's a really good piece in the Wall Street Journal that is posted tonight and will be in the papers tomorrow on exactly that she owns the inflation. It's so interesting to me how, she's, on the one hand, she's trying to distance herself from Biden. On the other hand, she's like wrapping arms around and embracing Bidenomics. Well, Bidenomics has been a failure. Most workers are poorer today than before Biden came into office with this crazy $6 trillion spending spree.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for separating fact from fiction, Steve Moore. We love having you here. We love it, Steve
Moore. You're
going
to listen to More Money at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon on WABC.
We definitely will tune in. It is awesome. I love the show. Thank you so much. We all do. Steve, thank you for joining us.
Have a great night.
Thank you. You too.